Christianity comes with a lot of trouble. I mean, really, a lot of trouble. And I guess we ought to figure out why. So let's dig in. It's time for Grace Points. Have you ever noticed how much trouble it can be to be a Christian sometimes? How many things seemingly exist to oppose our Christianity, our faith, our walk with Jesus Christ? You ever sit around just asking the question, why do bad things happen to good people? If you're like me, you might have like a really dark streak, because my question's not always why do bad things happen to good people. Sometimes my question is, why do good things happen to bad people? Why does that happen? That's what I want to know. Why do they get all the cool stuff? Anyway, the reality is, as a Christian, we will deal with hardship. We will deal with trouble. And that flies in the face of popular Christianity. It flies in the face of this idea that we are somehow superheroes that are opposed to trouble, that nothing bad will ever happen, we'll never experience hardship. This is your year. This is your season. This is your time. Click your heels together, buy my miracle spring water and this prayer handkerchief, and your life is going to be blessed. You know, all the stuff that you see that just doesn't align with biblical theology. It doesn't align with biblical Christianity. It's not in the same zip code, maybe not even in the same state of real Christianity. Because Jesus said we will deal with trouble. In fact, the Bible tells us in John chapter 16, verse 33, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. Jesus doesn't make any excuses. He says, in this world, you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. Being a Christian comes with trouble, and I think there are some reasons for it. In fact, let me give you a few. Get a pen. It's your time. You know what time it is. Time to take notes. Let's get in. Number one, I think that God allows trouble because trouble precedes opportunities. Like Joseph in his life, Joseph goes through hardship after hardship. He's his father's favorite. His brothers betray him. They throw him in a pit. Then they sell him into slavery. Then he is lied on by Potiphar's wife. They throw him in prison. He's forgotten in prison. They bring him out of prison. All of these things happen before he can ascend to second in command of all of Egypt. Before he has opportunity to be a blessing to all of the people of the world because of the work that he does. The trouble precedes opportunity. And we read and hear testimony after testimony after testimony, story after story, a person the people who have gone through hardships and trouble, and those things just preceded an opportunity that was given to them to change the world. Maybe your trouble is just the preamble, the prerequisite to opportunity. That's number one. But number two, trouble often for us reveals spiritual maturity. In fact, trouble pushes us towards spiritual maturity. Difficulty, opposition, those problems that come actually make us better. We grow through trouble. We're tested and tried and developed through trouble. Every great plant, every wonderful piece of fruit, I love eating fruit, and all of the best fruit still has to grow through dirt. It still has to come up through dirt, something ugly, something dirty. We develop through trouble. You wouldn't have the prayer life you have, the spiritual maturity that you have, the trust and faith you have without trouble. And lastly, trouble reveals integrity. That's right. Trouble reveals spiritual integrity. Are you what you claim to be? Trouble will reveal what we're made of. It's not happy times that show the world our Christianity. Most often, it is the difficulty, the trouble that reveals who we are. When you fill a sponge, you don't know what's in it until you squeeze it and see what pours out of it. And that's the story of your life. When you are pressed, what comes out? Trouble reveals whether or not your Christianity is just lip service or whether it is deep down to the core, to the marrow, dedication to God. And so I believe that God allows trouble to show us some things about ourselves. In fact, I want you to think of it this way. If you have trouble, that means God must have some faith in you to allow you to be a witness for Him, to shine for Him in times of difficulty. He only allows it for people that He knows will handle it through Him. So anyway, I know you're busy. I am too. It's been great seeing you today. Hope to see you next week. This is Grace Points. Grow through your trouble. God bless you.